Evening all. Evening. How you getting on, Patrick? You good? Nice to see you. Good. So how are we? How are we getting on? That is the big question. How's the Tuesday going? Ooh, try to get an old PC running on Linux. So far, so good. Trying to figure out why the audio driver is not recognised. Ooh. Why are you a penguin kind of guy? Penguin's a symbol for Linux, right? Toby! Hi, how you getting on? Tuesday has been fine. Thanks, dude. Hope your day has been good. Yeah, it's been alright. Not been too bad. Not been too shabby. Pretty busy, pretty warm. I'm pretty tired, but here we are. I've got a trusty cup of joe, which will soon sort things out. We've got CDs with the Fallout thumbs up in the Twitch chat. How are you, CDs? Good to see you, buddy. Let's turn the camera on, shall we? Turn on the camera, which is still the right way round from yesterday, which is good. Turned it on yesterday and it was
hey,
wrong button.
do subscribe.
Turn the overnight subscriber notifications off. There we go. There we go. That out of the way. That's not a thumb. CDs straight in with a Fallout finger. That's even worse. Oh dear, oh dear. How are you, CDs? Played with some Raspberry Pi media centers. Was just playing with Linux for a brain exercise. Nice. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was kind of interested in making a Raspberry Pi like home control center type thing. I messaged someone about buying a Raspberry Pi only about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but dude never got back to me. I was only buying it because it was a good deal. I'm a bugger for a good deal, that is for sure. Ooh, got a new Mini coming and some paints. What have you gone for, CDs? What have you swapped your human monies for? This is what we made yesterday, for those who don't remember, weren't here. You know, here we are, look. Master of Executions with a base full of skulls. And a Norn Emissary, a real big bug. put those on the appropriate shelves. Put those back there for now. Oh. Hey up. CDs doing the cross branding. Sometimes they're in the purple chat, sometimes they're in the red chat. Nobody really knows where they're going to be. Speaking of where they're going to be, it's B for the BG. Hello, nerds. After a little bit of DIY, Blood for the Blood God, the new mini shelving. New mini shelving solutions with Blood for the Blood God. Apply 4 or above, install Kodi, and off you go. Nice. I wanted to create one that I could use for like turning on and off smart lights and stuff. That was like gapped to the internet. Because otherwise you start using Alexa and stuff and they're just constantly monitoring you, and I'm not about that life. So I figured I'd make my own Alexa with a Raspberry Pi, and then never got round to it. Maybe one day, we'll see. Still cleaning up from the do-it-yourself project. Well, at least you managed to get it up. You know, not all blokes can manage to get it up. You decided to go for it and you've done it. Nice work. Hey, old duck, how the devil are you, Major Havoc? You're making some recurring appearances again, Major Havoc. It's very good to have you, my friend. I am delightful. Delightfully tired. How are you? How's your day been? All the Pro Acryl paints. Wow, how many are there, CDs? And what are you going to put them in? Have you got any paint organisation? Let's open some of this today. Let's start on our third set of Champions trading cards. We've done the original, the base set. We have done the first expansion set, which was called Onslaught. And now we have Savagery. Should be pretty interesting. Some Age of Sigmar trading cards. I'm currently importing a booster box from America of cards that are even older than this, from many moons ago. The Warcry booster packs. So they should be fun to open later on this year. But for now, we have the third booster, Savagery, which links to a website that doesn't even work anymore. Download and play digitally now, warhammerchampions.com. Not even a thing anymore. Crazy, isn't it? 5 years ago you could play this online. Now, no dice. Doing very well, doing very well. Good stuff. You doing any hobbying, Mr. Havoc? What's going on in the Havoc world? B for the BJ is feeling somewhat good. Left shoulder doesn't feel like it's trying to reach my ear. Happy days. Happy days. We've got bouncing in the chat as well. Bouncy, bouncy. How are you, bouncing? So much Warcry. Ah, nice. The trading card stuff. Unlikely Winter. This shows how long you've been collecting Warhammer paraphernalia for, good sir. CDs sent me a pic. Alright, let me have a look. Let me have a look. Ooh, direct message request. Look at this. Sliding in my DMs. I like it. Are you sure you know this person? I just want to see. Oh, ho, ho. You have an actual store display in your house. This is ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. Nice work, sir. Nice work. I like it. What a time to be alive. Nice work. I like that. Oh, incredible. That is nice. Got it for $50. How do you say no? Ah, yeah. I've never even thought about buying one of those. But yeah, that is pretty cool. That's now my new mission, to get one of those. Very nice. Bouncing is good. Happy days. Has there been any kicking of the foot? Ah, we've got Zeitgeist as well. Let's do a little bit of a Tommy Watson. How are you, Mr. Zeitgeist? You doing well? Ah, the Warcry mini set. So did you know Warcry is also a collectible card game from like 15 years ago, something like that? Taking inventory of my shame at the minute before I hide them away. Nice. Yeah, I keep meaning to write a list of everything I've got. I started doing it on New Recruit, then I started doing it on War Org, and then I still haven't finished doing it. Lucky Knife. The unluckiest blade, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Pro Acryl is my favourite paint. Yeah, if you've got something that's your favourite, you buy it, right? Making dinner and managed to get Chloe to paint one of her minis. One of us. One of us. Nice. I look forward to seeing how she got on. Are you going to unleash her in the Discord? Awesome stuff. Ah, you take pictures. I'm trying to study the stat lines of all the plastic. And the points. Because points make prizes. Ha, it's been a while, hasn't it? Yep. A whole 24 hours. Well, technically like what? 19 hours since I was last streaming. Yellow. Club Me. How you getting on? Twice in a row. 2 days in a row Club Me's been in the chat. How are you, buddy? Let me open this box. It's quite warm again today. What's going on? Almost like it's in the middle of the year. It's summertime. In the winter on summertime. Right. It's an unsealed box now. Resale value plummeting. These boxes only go for like 30 quid anyway, so real good value compared to a box of Pokemon cards, which costs at least one kidney. Plus the views I get on Pokemon card videos are tiny compared to the Warhammer ones. Oh, look at that. 7-year-old trading card packs, fresh from the box. Dum 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 dum. Trying to reorganize the room before I start the Drake. Nice. That'll be a nice mini to behold in the new shelves. Managed to bully Stacked Overdrive to paint NMM gold on the chaplain he was painting on the stream. There are no other streams. Only this domain. Are you a member in their stream? Lucky Knife. Have you managed to somehow get your brand account to become a member? You were a member on this stream. Ah, you must have bought it yourself, right? Ah, I just thought. I'm sure you were a member at some point here. Can't let her in the Discord. She's too much of a nerd to hang out with us cool guys. You'll love them, and they have good recipe shorts on YouTube. Nice. Club Me is golden. Still trying to figure out dabbing paint on plastic. Keep us updated in the Discord, Club Me. Always good to see new works in progress. And Psycow is here as well. Made it in time to see the cards. Yes, Psycow. It's because I've been chatting too much. Usually these get opened at 6 o'clock. Look at me now. This box has been on the desk for 10 minutes. How are you, Psycow? Good to see you. Brand new box. Brand new set. The Savagery set, which we've never opened on this channel before now. Let's open a couple of those. Next goal for me is to bully Olmaph into a volumetric highlights on a mini. Yeah, that can happen one day. No girls allowed. Right, let's open some stuff, right. See what we get in this shiny, shiny pack. I'm open to some cool chaos or green skin action in here. Let's see what we get, shall we? Festering Nurglings straight off the bat, look at that. Pretty cool. We got the spell Mesmerize. Discharging Blight King. Ooh, looks like we got some Nurgly goodness in these packs. I like that. Spectral Grasp. Flock of Doom. Flowering Dryad. Some really nice stuff. Look, greenskins. Exotic Man-Eater. Even better. Incensed Thunder Tusk. A Gaze of Nurgle. Vile Poxbringer. Very Nurgle heavy this pack. I like it. A Goddess of Life is our shiny card. A rare shiny to start the pack pulling of the Savagery expansion set. Nice! Very nice! Yeah, loads of Nurgle, that's really nice. This is a nice set. Maybe even my favourite set of all the Champions sets, which is cool. So let's do a second pack. Why not? 2 for Tuesday. See what we get. Ooh. Enrapturing Song. Dreadblade Harrow. Curse of Years. Venomous Spider Riders. Oh, I've got some Spider Riders. Rally the Little Uns with a Vindictive Glare. Got Trample Underfoot. Deathly Invocation. That looks cool. I like that. Frenzied Bloodletting. Earth Shattering Charge. A Brittle Skeletal Champion. Vampire Lord on Nightmare. I can't believe that's a common card. That looks really cool. Vigor Necree is our shiny. Shiny common today on the second pack. Pretty cool, eh? Pretty cool. I like seeing these new artworks. Plenty of Nurgle in there. Plenty of green skins. All of the green. Nice. I like that. I'll chop that footage up into some shorts. Keep the short juggernaut running. It's where a lot of our overnight subs come from, is watching the shorts. So, well worth the time and effort. And if you want to spend a very small amount of time and effort to support the stream, click that little thumb button. That's super useful. As today, I'm going to paint a little bit more of the Lord of Schools, if that's okay. If there's a dying desire to see something else, let me know, but if not, it's Lord of Schools time, baby. Oh mate, I've been there, blood god. When I moved from upstairs to downstairs, there were a few casualties. Nothing that the Gorilla Gulu cannot sort, my friend. This morning I went to go and show Catherine my Norn from yesterday, and when I picked it up the head fell off. So that had to be rectified with glue today. When is the coal paint stream? Ooh, maybe next week? Actually, it won't be next week, 'cause next week's the year anniversary of the stream, so the week after that. So we'll start coal painting on the 3rd of August. CDs. Just to give you a date, if that's good. Can't fix what I can't find. Oh dear. What proper obliteration. Sounds like some kit bashing maybe in order. Right, I've got this big shiny boy. He needs some more paint. I'm going to decide today the bits that I want to do silver. So a lot of this stuff, a lot of this stuff, a lot of these pipes. See if I can get the entirety of all of this. Is that going to be red or silver? Might be that bit red, you know. I think that would look better than silver. Maybe I'm going to do these bits red first. Kind of want these lids to be red as well. More red? How can we possibly have more red? Yeah, let's do the silver first. Come on. Where's my paint shaker at? I was in the process of building a little plinth for the paint shaker so that it didn't create crazy distortion on the stream, but that hasn't happened yet, so we'll do some shaky sometimes. Polished silver. That's the one I want, right? Yeah, it's not the other one. I can't find the other one anyway by the looks of it. That one? Yes, it is polished silver. Right, let's shape this up. Let's do some silver. This guy hasn't had any silver on him yet at all. So a nice bit of silver could go down a tree. That sounds like a drill. We've got the pneumatic out. I pretty much finished on battle line yesterday and snapped off the first arm I put a shield on. And dropped the open glue on my shirt, leg and carpet. Unlikely Winter doing their best to do an Olmaph. Nice work. I hope all is rectified now. How many bits of how many houses have got glue on? Glue or paint on them to do finish there? Appropriately shaken. Unlimited paint. Yeah, that's how much this guy's going to take, right? Look at him. He's huge. He is massive. A very big boy. Right, I'm going to put this in the palette a little bit at a time. Oh, I need to go get some water for my pot. 1 second. have a pot. Let's get a brush. Probably get a relatively big brush, can't we, today? Get a big boy. Lucky, I've got spare feet for my 3D printer. You know, the rubber ones. So I'm gonna I've just printed off just a block like this, and then I'm gonna put the rubber feet on this, and then put the shaker on that, and that should work. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. More people watching than we have thumbs up. Anybody missing a thumb? If not, chuck one up the channel, please. Sounds like a good time. Yeah, boy. This is a sweet model. I mean, we paint it, you know, every now and again on the channel. And we're going to start using it for some... I've got a series I'm going to do on the channel called Tabletop Tear-Ups. That's what it's provisionally called. And we're going to use this as the boss for that first season of that. So it should be fun. Which means we need to make him extra shiny. So we have the silver today for the shiny. Nice. So what's everybody else up to today then? What's going on in the wider Olmaph universe? Requiem. How you doing, good buddy? Good to see you. Haha, good thanks, how the man dem. Hey, Frankie's here as well, Mr. Fish. How are you, buddy? How's your day in the big USA? Gonna be learning NMM Gold on the Spoonery. Nice. I think like some of the ways you do your painting will lend itself very nicely to NMM. I'm sure you'll do a delightful job. I look forward to seeing it, Lucky Knight. Shiny, 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 shiny. It's hot and humid. Yeah, it's warmer here than I anticipated it being again. Although apparently there's going to be a load of rain at the weekend. I'll believe it when I see it. You had many vehicles come through, Frankie? You busy in the garage? Ba-dum-dum-dum-dum. Ooh, yeah. Learning N and M on an unbuilt Mini is hardcore mode. Hardcore, you know the score. Rhyme so good I deserve an encore. Into the Dragon. Shiny, shiny metal. Shiny, shiny metal. Shiny metal, shiny, shiny metal, shiny metal. What do you mean unbuilt? He came perfect as he is, straight from the factory. Finished a few cars, slowed down now, waiting on customer approvals for more work. Okay, nice. So a little bit of a break, watch the stream, nicely done. Is that a cannon with skulls as projectiles? Are those freaking sharks with freaking laser beams? Yes, my friend, that right there is called a skull hurler because it hurls skulls. Yes. Pretty cool, right? Got 60 inches of range, that skull. So he can get skulls anywhere. Where he can't get a skull, it's not worth going. Let's put it that way. Bum, 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 bum. Thanks for the rules question help earlier. The Discord is becoming more and more useful. Yeah, fun and useful. What a combo, right? Yeah, hopefully I made that a little bit clearer. That's my understanding of things. It's basically so you can't modify up dice rolls when you can't see the person. Just fire the missiles and hope for the best. Should be a few more demon engines. The old stuff from the early 90s was bonkers. They should bring back some of the epic stuff. Is there anything in particular you'd like to see from the demon engines? Hey, I wouldn't mind a nice new shiny demon engine. The more demon engines, the happier I'd be, really. Beer and a bratwurst. Oh, yum yum. The eating has been top tier. I'm gonna have to shake up some silver again. This silver has already gone rather dull in the palette. Which means we get the shaky shake device out again. Put in this polished silver. I've only got one of these pots, so if I run out, go. Stuck it down with a little bit of spit. The cauldron of blood comes to mind. Ooh, sounds good. Let me do a little bit googly. There's a Daughters of Cain model called the Cauldron of Blood. Ah, do you mean this thing? Yeah, a big one of those would be nice. Thank you everybody for all the thumbs up, appreciate it. Mr. Rawlinson's here as well, good to see you. A Blood Reaper, a Skull Tower with cannons, and a Lord of Battles, Night-Sized Corn Demon Engine. How long does the gift membership last? A whole month. Mr. Rawlinson. So next Thursday you'll be able to join us for some members' fun times. Let me give an example of this silver paint in the palette, right? This one and this one are exactly the same. In 2 minutes time, this one will look like this one. Which is why I have to keep shaking it up. Ba-da-da-da. Bom, bom. Crazy stuff back there. Yeah, when was the last time we got a brand new demon engine? And what was it? Anybody know? Probably the Death God drones in 8th. It's a good shout. There used to be a couple of different drones as well, didn't they? There used to be like the big boy drone and the little ones that we have now. I don't know what happened with the big boy drone. Did they just get rid of it? The new Defiler. Yeah, I kind of meant like what we hadn't had before, but I guess the Defiler would count. But there was a Defiler prior to the Defiler. I've underestimated how small the individual feathers on the chest Aquila are. Wow, painting individual Aquila feathers. Oh, that's not my bag. Gold on the brush and splodge. Gold on the brush and splodge. I don't know Death God stuff. I know that Kaitan Demon Engine is quite old. He's the upper body of a Lord of Schools, but on legs. Ooh, nice. A walking Lord of Schools. And for some reason it's a heresy model. Okay, nice. What's the big boy drone? There was a, because currently there's the blight drones, right? The one of them's got like a lawnmower attachment, but there used to be one that was bigger, like a super drone or a heavy drone or whatever it's called. Maybe it's just a thing of my dreams. Entirely possible. Welcome back to the stream again. Afro, how are you, buddy? You good? Good to have you here. All of that should be gold. Brass, should I say. I missed bits on tiny models, so this guy's going to have so many missed bits on it. But we shall prevail. Just continue painting, keep on trucking, and we will get there. Bloat drone, yeah, that's it. The bloat drone. There was a big one, right? I'm sure there was a big bloat drone. Possibly you've been tainted by chaos. Yeah, I mean, was there a bigger bloat drone? Yes, there was. In Warhammer 40k, Forge Worlds previously produced a large version called the Greater Blight Drone. See? I'm not crazy, you're crazy. Don't tell me I'm crazy. Yeah, do you guys remember this? The big boy? Anyway, there we go. Lots of Schools is such a nice model. Lord of Schools, really can't call it a miniature. This is definitely a bigature, right? Super big. But it keeps us going, it ties a lot of the streams together. Every 100 people we get subbing on the YouTube, we bang this guy out. We've done, yeah, we must have done several painting sessions on this guy now. And we're still not even halfway there. But it's the journey and the friends we've made along the way. The real miniatures are the friends we make along the way. There's even a bit of trim there that I've missed. Look at that there, that should be brass, but for some reason I painted that bit, and I painted that bit, and this bit I was like, yeah, cool. Right, so we've at least got some shiny over on this side now, which is good. Then I'll flip him over and do the other side. And maybe break out some red for the top bit. Dum, 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 dum. Ah, before my time. Yeah, I don't think you can even field them anymore, the greater bloat drone. That's the one from Forge World, yeah, Afro with the knowledge. Nice knowledge, my friend. What are you working on today, Afro? Anything? Any minis on the table? Who are you calling miniature? I'm sure it's not the only bit. Yeah, so many bits missed. So many bits. Just googled the Plague Reaper. Let's have a look. Let's do a little googly. What's everybody else working on? Who hasn't told me what they're working on and is currently engrossed in the plastic? I guess if you're engrossed in the plastic, you're not going to say, right? You do you. When you find a natural stopping point, give me an update. Whilst I Google the Plague Reaper. Okay, it's got like two little cauldrons of plague either side. This is the really phallic one from Warhammer World. Bom, 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 bom. Toby's currently painting the chaplain. Nice. Almost done. I look forward to seeing it, Toby. Zeitgeist trying to paint Thulia. Wish I did it in sub-assembly. It'd be even more fiddly in sub-assembly, right? Quite a fiddly model. I'll be painting, as I said earlier, the Archmagos Belisarius Call on the 3rd of August. With a little bit of luck, it should be fun. I was painting the Spider Ogre. Okay. Now you're doing some 3D modelling. Need a few movement trays for my Ogre army. Yeah, I've printed off quite a few movement trays over the last few months. Yeah, comes in quite handy, the old 3D printer. I'm overwhelmed. I have 9 totes of Warhammer stopped by in 2 years ago and thought I made a bigger dent. Wow. Well, Mr. Winter, you are here now. So every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you've got 3 hours of working on the grey. So that's a good-sized dent you can achieve in that time, hopefully. Let's see where you are by Christmas. Dum dum da da da. And then tomorrow we're going to start building the knight. You guys are going to have to figure out which layout to use. Although I bought it as an abhorrent, I think that's what they're called. So maybe I'll need to make it in that fashion, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then next week, you guys can decide which colours of paint to put on it, which should be fun. What we're going to do is we're going to get you guys to submit your names to the list. We spin the wheel, it lands on you. We get a body part and you tell me what colour to paint it. So whether it's shoulder pad, yellow with purple spots, or left shin green, whatever it might be. Should be a little bit of fun. As suggested by Requiem. Nice suggestion, thank you sir. And a nice way to celebrate a whole year since my first ever YouTube stream. Well, YouTube Warhammer stream. I'll have to be here for 10 years, well. I'll see you there, Mr. Winter. Yeah, the likelihood is I'll still be here in 10 years, so you keep coming, we'll keep working on it. How do you eat an elephant? Piece by piece. No elephants were harmed in the making of this film. How much Tesseract glow you got? Not enough. I've looked several times in my local game store. And Tesseract glow and Nuln oil are two paints that instantly sell when they're in stock. So I may well need to order that online. I really like Tesseract glow. Nice paint. I do have the Vallejo version. So I've got that going for me, which is nice. As a backup for some glowing green. But at least this side's got some shiny on it now, so that's good. We're building it up. Brick by brick. Now we turn it over, and this side's got no shiny on it, so we go again. Do you know why elephants paint their toenails red? Go for it, Patrick. What have you got? Bouncing. Stopped buying Warhammer. What sort of sorcery is this? Afro thinks it's illegal to stop. Yeah. This isn't how addictions work. As Unlikely Winter signed up to Wargaming Anonymous. As I'm building and painting, I'm running out of room. Models take up way less space in the box. Yeah, that's kind of like the situation I've got behind me. Right. If I get more models than will fit on these shelves, we'll have to buy a new house before we buy more Warhammer. Stephen! Good to see you, Stephen. How are you? How have you been? What have you been up to? Oh, shake up the silver again. Dum, dum. So they can hide upside down in a cherry tree. Have you ever seen an elephant in a cherry tree? No, so it must work, right? Don't need more space for the pile of shame anymore. I need a display cabinet. Nice, you've worked on it enough to need a display. I'd love to have a proper cabinet for display, but I have 6 bookshelves behind me, and if they were to be display cabinets that cost like 150, 200 quid, that would be like £1,000, and that money is better spent on minis. So I've got the cheap option. Great camouflage, yeah. Doing well, putting push fit marines together. Are these push fit marines from a particular box? Maybe the Armageddon box? You can get push fit marines going back decades now, can't you? Were the first push fit marines in the Black Reach box? Or were the... Depends what you define as push fit as well, I guess. Like, technically the Plague Marines used to be push fit, right? All you needed to do was put the gun on them. Armageddon, nice! Yeah, I've still not even touched a single mini from my Armageddon box. One day I'll have the time. I've got too many cool things to work on. This big boy being one of them. The Lord of Skulls. What's your favourite mini from the box, Stephen? Have you finished any of them, or is this you starting right now? You're planting lies in the garden, reaping the woe. Push fit Marines can suck it! But Bloodguard, you don't like the two-handed Marines that you gotta fanny around with the hands on. Surely push fit Marines don't have that issue at least? Guess you're looking at a lesser of two evils situation. Biddly-diddly-doo-doo, biddly-diddly-doo-doo. Has push fit been for that long? And some people still moan about them? Yeah, I mean the starter sets traditionally have always been push fit. Ease you into the hobby with some easy to assemble minis. That's the point of them, right? Yeah, 5th edition had push fit in the Black Reach box. I bought that box many moons ago. I think the best value for money starter box of all time would be the Black Reach box. I just hate Space Marines. Ah, fair enough. Damn my child for picking Iron Hands. Iron Within. Just starting to put them together. Finally cracked the box. Nice, Stephen. I like it. Whoops. Hey, average dude back in the chat. Good to see you, sir. How have you been? What have you been up to? All the way in Bonnie, Scotland. Doing good. Just got some metal caster in. Nice. How are you getting on with those? Speaking of meta, my brother finally got Badrook, and that dude is heavy AF. Ah, is that the pirate orc Badrook? Badrook, I'm trying to think. I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me. Nice work, Psycho. I like it. My dad had a metal dread and it was quite weighty. Ah, yeah, the metal dreadnoughts from back in the day. Yeah, they were pretty chunky. Hi and how? Back from the dead. How have you been? Yeah, I've been good, thank you. How are you, How? How are things getting on in your world? Badrook is the pirate orc. Nice. Psycho. Have you seen the new rules for the boys? They were leaked in Warhammer Academy. What are these new rules, Mr. Gamernator? What's going on? Been eyeballing some 3D printed freebooters. Ah, that could be nice. What's better than pirating the pirates, right? How is fine, working on a new miniature game and trying to make the rules for Inferno good. Yeah, how's Inferno coming along? What happened to the Inferno newsletter? Not seen one of those for a while. Right, first attempt at NMM goal. Check the Discord and judge. Blood for the Blood God. Looks terrible, mate. Has anyone noticed that the Bane Blade is gone from the GW website? Yes, so I bought one. And it is sat on a shelf. You can almost see it in the background up here. Oh, there, look. That there is a Bane Blade. Ready to either become a big chunky mini or get sold on eBay. We'll see what happens. We get lethal hits on the charge. We can action while in combat. We can have 2 knobs in a unit of 20. Rocket launchers have alternate firing modes, and boys keep their choppers even if they have another gun. Oh, nice. The green tide shall be mighty. I like it. Lethal hits on the charge. Well, that could be outrageously deadly. Too much work and I'm lazy. Ah, fair enough, dude. Fair enough. No problem. Well, I look forward to seeing the next update, Hal. I like this gold. I'd add some pure white on the very edges, but looks really good. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. Where are we? Ooh. Yeah, looks good, man. Looks nice. So far, so good. But yeah, I like Afro's comment. Because there's quite a good gradient on the shoulder pad, but that isn't as present in the Aquila. But yeah, nice work, dude. Nice work. I mean, that was me judging it, zooming all the way in. Like, zoomed out, it looks even better. But yeah, you can see this, the same tone on the shoulder pad on the Aquila would look really nice. That's the model in the top left I'm referring to, obviously. But yeah, first attempt, very good, very nice. Hearts and fire for you, good sir. Shoulders look great. Oh, I've just painted my own face. I had paintbrush the wrong way around. Nah. Idiot. Shoulders look great. In my opinion, the Aquila could use less shadow, but I've never done it. Okay, yeah. Fair point, fair point. Big choppers get cleave. Yeah, a lot of models are getting cleave now, aren't they? I noticed that. And ammo runts add 1 to ballistic skill. Ooh. Ah, they don't have sticky objectives anymore. So if they want an objective, they've got to sit on it. That's not a bad trade, really, right? Shoulder pad looks great. The skulls need to go a little bit higher. Some ice yellow or pure white dot highlights will sell it. Yes, sir. Sounds good. Look at this. What a lovely little community. Giving a very good painter some very nice tips. I like it. Good news, everyone! I find a way to make Inferno miniatures for free. Ooh, I like it. How? What's the plan with that? How are you going to do that? Trim is my #1 enemy. Trim takes a long time, right? Trim takes a long time indeed. Let's shake up some more silver. Shaky, shaky. Ignore the camera while the paint shaker's on. I need to find a solution for that, and I will do one day. Don't forget the thumbs up, guys, as well. If any of you haven't shoved your thumbs up, that is appreciated. So that way we get new people in, we get more mines for the hive mind, more skulls for the skull throne. I swear, orcs have got nothing but buffs across the board in 11th. Well, I like it. Cheeky bit of damage creep, never hurt anyone. Makes me want to try NMM. Unlike me winter, go for it. Then your 10 years pile of shame will turn into a 20-year. It's not a fast process, right? Found a website that turns art into 3D files. Nice! Yeah, I might be doing a bit of that with the characters for the stream that we have an artist working on at the moment. Should be good. Get some Olmaph minis on the go. Lucky Knife's got a resin printer on the way. I look forward to seeing what you create with that. Olmaph, are you in a band? No. I mean, the song you can hear playing right now and all the music on this stream is entirely made by me. So, a one-man band, does that count? Honestly, it was quite quick. Okay, that's good. That's good, that's good. The Photon Mono 4 Ultra. Really high definition. Well, it sounds good to me. I look forward to seeing your creations. If there's anybody else in the YouTube that's not got involved in the chat yet, as you can see, we're a relatively friendly bunch. All you need to do is type in a few words, press enter. Let's have a little chin wag, shall we? Bum, ba-dum, dum, dum, doo-doo-doo. Still waiting for the Olmaph and Monster Energy collab. Yeah, we'll work on that. We'll see what happens. I've not drank a Monster in about 2 months, average dude. I'm on Monster Strike until they sponsor the channel. However, for those that don't know, I have hired an artist in the UK to design us 4 characters for the stream. Which could be a lot of fun. We'll start using them on like the in-stream graphics. We'll put them on some merchandise, some t-shirts and stuff. And then maybe I'll even start doing some sort of model. Some 3D modelling for the Olmaph characters. They need names, lore, and stats as well, which I need to work on at some point. Maybe I'll get you guys involved for a bit of that. For those of you that like some homebrew lore. You can form a band, and until you do a gig, and you can call it 10238 megabytes. Yeah, I see what you did there. Not quite a gig, right? Thick Gobbo merch incoming. Yes, sir. Need to pick up a mug off the website. How much is shipping to the US? I'm not sure. I think it'd probably cost a... Well, I don't know, because the mugs are fulfilled in the US, I believe. So, I mean, yeah, go to olmaph.com, chuck it in a basket, see what it says. And then let me know, it'd be interesting to know. As I say, I think the fulfillment house that does some mugs. New subscriber, baby. Skull Candy is back in the chat, baby. Skull Candy's gotta get going though. Thanks for chucking in, mate. Thanks for being here. I've not seen you in a while. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know how your new house is going, your new job, and all that stuff. I bought some of that salt that you recommended only yesterday, and you have appeared, having not seen you for months. Awesome stuff. Glad to hear you are alive and kicking. Enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you soon, my friend. Hope all is well. All is great, my friend. Good to see you. Very good to see you. Also, guitarists like Olmaph favourite drink? Anything on the rocks. Psycho. Got the banter. Oh, the banter! PsychowGotJokes.com. Have you ever done stand-up, Psycho? Are you a budding joke master, or do you save it all for the stream? Has anybody here ever done stand-up? Thinking it must be pretty tough to get into, right? Paint the shiny, get the model and paint the shiny. Ugh. That arrow is currently brass, but seeing as we've painted it silver on the rest of the model. Gonna have to silver it up. Sorry, brass arrow. Hey, Black Sigil. All the way from the great lands of Canada. How are you, buddy? How you getting on? Is that your son? Can you hear him in the background? Yeah, he sounds rather unhappy about something. When we first started the stream, we used to hear loads of dogs in the background. Now we hear crying babies. What a difference a year makes. How am I supposed to do decals? With hard work and dedication, my friend. Pretty well, thanks. Just painting some beast man. Sounds very good. Very good, very good. Very nice. How have you been enjoying the Skaven stuff, Black Sigil? I've seen you've done a couple of live streams recently, right? A couple of battle reports. How did they go? How's it been going? So many bits of this that I've missed. I'm sorry, you're a dad? How much have I missed? Yes, how? This is what happens when you don't turn up to the stream for a couple of months. Next thing you know, just a baby. Yes, he is 6 weeks old. Today he had his first bath. Otto basically saying stop slacking and keep painting, that's it. Hollow will be a great dad. Well, let's hope so. I've got all the stuff that I wanted when I was a kid in the house. So I've got a house full of Warhammer trading cards and guitars, so he should be ready. Come and change my diaper. Catherine's in there, she's doing that. She's got all the pooey nappies. Skaven is always fun to play. Yeah, I'm hoping for a new wave of rats, hopefully this year. That'll be good. Seeing as they've redone the chaos for Old World, can we do some Skaven, do you reckon? Whoa, Patrick upgraded to mod. Well, I shall salute you. Yes, sir. Look at that. He's the man with all the buttons now. Kovacs in the chat. Kovacs, good to see you again. How are you? Kovacs making his second appearance in the chat. Nice train. Yeah, look at this. Choo choo. Chugga 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 chugga. I think Skaven's done for this edition. They've not done anything for Skaven in ages, right? And Old World doesn't officially have a Skaven army yet. Skaven is never coming back to Old World officially. What? I refuse to believe this. The Rat Lord will not let us down. this edition was 2 big refreshers. Old World doesn't have any Skaven, so how's that right? There isn't an Old World branded box with Skaven on it, right? Maybe there is. Maybe I've just missed it. I mean, Black Sigil is the Old World master, so he will know. And if anybody here wants to watch some Old World content, I would recommend going over there for his future streams. Drop him a sub, check him out. Top dude, top Canadian. Whoops. Yo, is this a new AI song you've created? Yes, sir. This is the one that I did at the weekend. I'm going to try and do one song every weekend for us all for the rest of the year, hopefully. Quite enjoyed this one. Nice little tune. They just got Ninja Rats and Plague Rats are the only ones left to refresh. What army are you playing for 11th edition? All of the armies. Patrick is probably the best person. I think either me or Requiem would get drunk with power. Yeah, Requiem would start an Inquisition. Or a, what's it called? A crusade. Look at that. From the sound, Otto doesn't need a tuner because he's automatically in tune. Nice work. See what you did there. Dun, dun, daddle, dun, daddle, dun. I'm going to finish my 10th edition army in 12th edition. Yeah, probably be 12th edition by the time I finally get round to the Armageddon box, if we're honest. I might at least do the Orcs. If the Orcs are getting new rules that make them a very deadly green tide, then maybe I will. For moderator, immediate crusade declared on the heretics.
Yep.
I want to do either World Eaters or Blood Ravens. Very nice choices, average dude. Yesterday we built a Master of Executions for my World Eaters army. Kovacs! This grey stay on the train, are you going to put some colours? Yeah, we're working on it, Kovacs. It's just a very big model. Very big indeed, so it's taking a long time. But you can see there's plenty of shiny, plenty of red. We're now doing the silver, as you can see. And maybe in the year 2032, this might be finished. Who knows? How about you, Kovacs? Are you working on any minis at the moment? Are you a mini collector? Or just a fan of YouTube live streams? Either way, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Maybe even drop a little thumbs up on the live stream. That'll be very useful for the channel. Show your appreciation for Johnny Sniper. Yo, early 2000s metalcore dissonant. Yeah, that's what I was going for. I was like, yeah, that's what this needs. bit of early dissonance. Tasty, tasty. I'm going to stick with my Votan and finish up painting my nids. Yeah. We built a Norn emissary yesterday. That's a big nid. Very nice model as well. I'm looking forward to painting that. That's the only Tyranid I have that isn't painted, is my Norn from yesterday. Olmaph, you missed a behind-the-scenes stream I did in your Discord. Oh, man, that sounds good. That sounds very cool. Yeah, I'm just so busy at the weekend at the minute. I did get into the Discord for a couple of hours. I think I saw you very briefly in the Discord, actually. It must have been after that, right? Fan of Pretty Metal Boys. Nice. Why not, right? Why not? I've only just started hobbying because I had a cat adoption phone call. Ooh. What you getting and when you getting it? All non-chaos and Orc Lovers out by the behest of Requiem. Have any of you guys ever done karaoke out of interest? And if so, what song did you sing? Have you got a go-to karaoke powerhouse? I think Requiem would give it some beans with the karaoke. Those bits around the other side. Let's go tidy those up. Not guaranteed yet, but the dude was like, it's a yes from me. Tuxedo cat female, about 2 years old, potentially at the end of the month. Nice. Is that to eat some of the rats that infest your house? Toby's back as well. Have you got a name in mind? Does the cat already have a name? What's going on? Give me the details. I will train her to drop bricks on heretics, i.e. the TV licensed goon. Nice. Tequila! Yeah, nice easy karaoke tune that. There's only about 4 words in the whole song, right? Bulls on Parade! Nice tune, guys. Very nice. I quite enjoy watching that, I think. Frankie is part Filipino. Karaoke is in our blood. Nice. Queen. I want to be free. Good tune. Nice choice. Patrick has wailed at karaoke before. War Pigs. Generals gather in their masses. There's a wail for you. Live wail. Missed the Norn build yesterday. Built it. It was a really nice build. You can tell it's one of the newer models, right? It's sculpted very nicely. Warpix is awesome, yeah. Good tune, right? I saw someone on Halloween the year before last dressed up as Ozzy singing that song. I was dressed up as Mankind from WWF. The cat will be called High Meowshul Helbrecht. Awesome. Top tier banter. You would have to get me very, very, very drunk. Well, sounds like a plan. I've got the rum. Let's get it done. My wife just showed up with 10 tacos, all for me. Oh, yes. Yum, yum. For my tea today, I had 2 pizzas to myself, so why not? You can have 10 tacos. My karaoke song is Barbie Girl. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Nailed that. No problem. Now you. Didum, wah. There isn't enough alcohol in the world for Bouncing to do karaoke. Come on. We can have the fun. If there was one song in the world you had to sing, what would it be, Bouncing? Come on, one song. One song or one song only? Do 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 do. Bounce on hop. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-da. Average. I mean, average has got to be 500 miles, right? Ah, what 500 miles an hour? What 500? That's the national anthem up in Scotland. Average is one of the Proclaimers' son. Pass it on. If I had to, then it'd be 500 miles. I've sung that drunk at bonfires. Nice. Bouncing's going for Insane Clown Posse. I've never even heard that song. I don't think I've ever heard any Insane Clown Posse. ICP, yeah, you know me. So we've got the shiny. We've painted some shiny. It wasn't shiny, now it is shiny. So that is good. So far, so goody. We got the shiny on that side and on that side. Let's do the spiky bits at the end. And I want to do these plates red, I reckon. We'll redden them up. We'll redden those bad boys right up. Dum 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 dum. Look at this. Both of them in with the magnets. We need some heretic-related cat names for Requiem. Abaddon would fit perfectly for your cat. If you want to attract Latina girls, you should karaoke Depeche Mode. Top tips from Frankie the Fish. Heard it here first. Ooh, BC Epic's Nerds here as well. Ooh, friends! Warhammer friends! Thank you everyone for all the thumbs up on the video as well. Nailing that red bar of destiny. Just a slight bit of grey left to fill in with the red above my head. What about Conrad Purrs? Speaking of Requiem, do you know the difference between a Templar and a Word Bearer? Right, any more obvious spiky silver bits for the bottom before I make the red bits red? No, we've got a good bit of silver going on today, which is nice. Good to keep on layering up the colour. Maybe we'll finally get somewhere with this guy. Perfect name. Don't know why, but I've always wanted a Lord of Skulls, even if I'm the biggest World Eaters hater I know. It just looks cool. Yeah, it's a big boy, right? Especially for people like me that used to watch Robot Wars back in the day. To get a Sir Killalot mini is pretty cool. Black Templars are base Sigma Chads and Word Bearers are cringe beta virtue. Well, what a result. Only the difference is Word Bearers can read. Oh, Warhammer name Meowtarian. Patrick, top tier. 5 tacos down. Whoa, we're halfway there. Robot Wars, yes sir. It's like the Stomper, it's a waste on money and space, but it's pretty cool. Yes sir. Meowtarian there. Wow, that's a good name. Good name for a cat. Bellapaw. What about Belisarius Claw? Does that work? Belisarius Claw? Because cats have claws? Commissar Meowick. I mean, that's somewhat crowbarred, right? Anybody else got any Warhammer cat names or any other Warhammer dog names? Anything like that? How can we name our pets after Warhammer? Now I've got to find the red that I used to paint this. I always forget what it was, which has resulted in us already having 2 different shades of red on this model. As I forget which red I used. Let's go blood red, shall we? Blood red. Was it blood red or slaughter red? They both sound very appropriate. No, I'm going to go blood red, I think. Let's give it a go. Shake it up. Shaky, shaky. Eggs and bacon. Whole bunch of eggs and bacon right now. Oh, hey, Big Jenks is back. In the Twitch from yesterday, Big Jenks returns for 2 in a row. Good to see you, how are you? Belisarius Snarl, okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. Archeton of the Everchosen. Oh, with a cat. Cat in the middle. I was like reading it. Oh, where's the... Ah, right, yes. Cat. I guess you have to know the character in the first place to know the pun, and I failed on that one. Then you get to explain Warhammer to everyone who asks the pet's name. Even better. The Emperor of Catkind. Nicely done. Big Jenks, tired. 10 minutes before the next meeting. Well, Big Jenks, I'm glad you've chosen to spend those 10 minutes hanging out with the boys in the Olmaph stream. Thank you for being here. Inquisitor. Nice. Cato Sicarius. Nice work, nice work. Blackout curtain rock. Yeah, very true. Very true. Put up shelves and curtain rods. Blood for the blood god. DIY Prince himself. Right, let's slop a load of red on this guy then, shall we? Okay, let's go for it. Dum, 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 dum. Marnius Meowgar. Meowfiston. Furgrim. Look at this. You guys have got some skills when it comes to this. When are you painting the neon colours on this big dude? Oh, maybe 2030? The year, not the time. Bob the brain damaged builder. Nice work. Rebute Perliman. Perturabo. No, nice work, nice work. That's a gimme, that one, right? More red. More red. What unit is this one? This is the Lord of Skulls. And it is huge. How tall is it? So it's about 7 inches tall and about 7 inches long. 7 by 7 inches. That's pretty big for a miniature. That's why we call this a bigature. It's a big boy, big boy, big boy. Ziton Wreck in with the twofer. Purgle. Ah, that's nice. Papa Purgle. That'd be a nice name for a cat. Haha, reminder set. Which bits of it would you do, Club Me, in the neon? Gaskell Meowark Faraka. Zeitgeist with the crowbar. Unlikely Winter. I'm still not getting a cat despite so many good ones. Well, if you've got any dog related puns, they're welcome as well. Guys, painting on the sprue kinda sucks. Oh dear. Not going well or not enjoying it? What's going on? I do like Papa Purgle, that's a personal favourite, that one. Especially if they spend so much time in the garden. That size, I think it stops being a miniature. Yes, sir. 505 points on the tabletop as well, I think. 7 inches, it's bigger than average. Yes, sir. put it in a shadow box and hang it on the wall. Well, it's got a lot of destruction to be doing between now and then, and a lot of painting to be done. And as a painter, I figure out bits that I want to do differently and this, that and the other, so I'd be very surprised if we got to Christmas and this was completely done. But we'll see, we will see. Mork and Bork, that's nice. Nice dog one, I like that. Yeah, it stops being a miniature when you can ride it. AJ! Blood for the Blood God. Is that what she said? How are you, AJ? Good to see you. Welcome. Are you a Blood for the Blood God kind of guy? Are you a fan of the plastic miniatures? Welcome to the stream. How did you find us? Good to have you here. Just think how easy the next 3,000 Marines will be. Should abandon chaos for the greater good. Well, we do Tau on the stream. I have got a little Tau army. Next up will be the Riptide, I believe. I think that's what we're doing next in the world of Tau. Nice model. It's already built. It's already based. It's ready for some tasty, tasty paints. Not bad, thanks. Pre-Heresy World Eaters. Ah, nice. Found you by falling through the warp. Awesome. Started painting the Demon Prince. First time touching him and not drawing real blood. See, one model I drew blood on was a Plague Burst Crawler. Mind you, the red paint is blood red. Yeah, one and the same, right? So how long have you been collecting the plastic for then, AJ? And what drew you to the World Eaters? Do you have any other armies? Or are you just a big fan of the Blood God? Blood for the Blood God, skulls for the Skull Throne. Yeah, roughly every time we get 100 subs on the YouTube channel, we pull this big boy out for a little bit of painting. I couldn't sit and do it all in one go. I think I'd go insane. Switch to putting together the Push Fit Marines from the 10th edition box now. Haha! All of the Push Fit Marines. Them and the Armageddon ones will give you 1,000 points. Nice, sounds good. Hi and How is back. Welcome back. Blood for the Blood God's got to go for a bit. Yeah, maybe we'll see you at the end. If not, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, my friend. 30 years collecting. Woo-wee! That is a lot of years. I got my first mini in 2001, and even that isn't 30 years ago yet. I have 40k Eldar and Ultramarines, but now have 40k and Epic World Eaters. Nice. What was your first ever miniature, AJ? Can you remember? It's usually quite a core memory, right? What do you mean go? Yeah, don't let Bouncing know that you're allowed to leave. That's not on. What red is that? This is Blood Red from Speed Paint. And if you look really closely, there are sessions I've done using a different red when I wasn't paying enough attention, so we'll ignore that and fix it later. But yeah, this is really nice. It's kind of like a burgundy maroon kind of red, which I think looks really nice with the brass. this model is going to end up a patchwork of different reds because it will have been painted over so many months. And I'm not an organised enough person to write down the paints that I've used. So we just wing it. That's all we do around here. We just wing it. Hope for the best. What's the worst that can happen? Dr. Pepper. Like the band Scooter. What a nice reference. I started in 1994. Ooh-wee. My brother started living in 1994. First ever was the Eldar Warhost box set for 2nd edition Epic. Nice, the tiny minis. And what got you into that? What made you think, I'm going to swap my human money for some tiny minis? Club Me, was that your first mini? A 2-piece Space Marine or a Bretonian Bowman? Anybody else got a first mini that comes to mind? It's a great red. The brass and red together looks really good. Thank you, sir. Blood red speed paint really does look like blood when you get it on your skin. Yeah, when it first goes on, it definitely looks like blood, right? Dries a little bit darker. A blood stain is orange after you wash it 4 or 5 times on top, but that's normal, ain't it, Norman? Didn't you do an intro painting thing on your first visit to GW? In 2001, yeah, maybe. But that was a long time ago. First models I got was a tactical squad that came with the paints that I bought. You buy the paints, you get a free tactical squad. Happy days. I painted them Black Templar all those moons ago. I've never had any Black Templar since. In reality, it would have more shades of red, new blood over old blood. Yeah, good shout. Good shout, Psycho. Very, very good shout. Lots of minis into a tiny space. Okay, first resin was the Forge World Angron figure. Okay, nice. AJ, if you'd like to share any of these minis with us, we have a Discord. You can type !Discord, it'll give you a link. Come and join in, take a look at our stuff, share some of your stuff. And then if you need somewhere to hang out at the weekend, because we stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If you want to hang out at the weekend, there's a great bunch of people in there at the weekend painting together and having the fun. Pushed those painting intros super hard back in the day, then got you hooked, and the rest was downhill from there. That's it. Your first fix is free, and then you'll pay for the rest of your life. AJ, I think I started with the same thing a year or two before you. Okay, nice work, Frankie. Eldar was the only army around me that wasn't collected. Okay. Average Dude's first minis were Tactical Marines. Okay. There you go, nicely done, AJ. Triggered the link. And you now have a brand new hobby hangout. Whereabouts on this blue and green marble floating through space are you based, AJ, out of interest? Already made it into the Discord, look at that. Top banana. Take a look around, get involved. Good to have you. There's been some stuff posted whilst we've been streaming as well. Who's been posting what? We have got first layer of paint on Fugly. Nice. Bouncing with the Great Unclean One. I like it. Got some great shadow in there already. That's good to see. Toby. First redesign of a mini I stripped last week. Old versus new. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. I like it. And Unlikely Winter. 32 models. Paint stripped and repainted. With the Stormcast. Looking really good. Very nice. Very nice indeed. AJ in the UK. Nice. Good stuff, good stuff. Not a new place on the map to pin, but a UK viewer is welcome indeed. Twinned with Chernobyl. Chernobyl fall off. Right. Oh, I didn't know anyway. Well, that means I can figure out where you are from, I guess. What a fun fact about the place you live. The place where I grew up is twinned with Osnabrück. Not quite as exciting as Chernobyl. Da-dum. We'll take time to re-photo collection as old photos buried on old Windows XP. Oh, classic. Cheeky bit of Windows XP. Wasn't long ago half the NHS was still running on Windows XP. And somebody ransomwared the shit out of them. Oh dear, oh dear. We're getting a nice chunk of red on here today, which is good. We've painted some shiny, painted some red. The grey is disappearing quicker and quicker before our very eyes. I have a question about Army Painter Blood Red. What do I use to highlight it on red demon wings? Requiem, orange to highlight red, or a lighter red than orange edges? Okay, straight in there. Requiem, boom. Here is an answer for you. Yeah, because the blood red's a speed paint, right? So you'd need to find a non-speed paint to highlight it, I guess. What paints do you tend to use, AJ? Are you particularly brand loyal, or like me, have you got a dozen different brands? Bum, 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 bum. An orangey red could work. Mars red, yeah, Mars red's one of the first orange reds that comes to mind. Orange, never thought of that. Been trying shades of red and pink. Yeah, that's the problem. When you start to go lighter red, you end up close to pink. Whereas orange tends to give a bit of a better look, usually. It depends on the model, I guess. Requiem uses Vallejo Gory Red as a base. Then a layer of Bloody Red for the mid-tone, highlight with Orange Fire. Okay. Lucky Knife working with a couple of AK 3rd Gen paints. Compared to Army Painter Fanatic, they are thinner out of the bottle, but they also separate on the wet palette in like 10 minutes. Okay, maybe they don't want to be on a wet palette then if they're already thinned. Vallejo Army Painter paints, mostly upgrading to Speed Painter 2 and pens. Okay, nice. Yeah, I got quite a lot of Army Painter paints. Because when they discontinued them, they were like 50p each or something ridiculous. So I bought 50 of them. So yeah, Mars Red is a good shout for highlights. You should have a Mars Red if you've got Army Painter, right? Steven started with old metal beaky marines that I painted up as Iron Fists. Nice. It's quite hard to find beaky boys nowadays,
Hey,
right?
we got a new subscriber.
New subscriber!
Baby.
Error 404 Workshop. Thank you for the subscribe. Thank you for the subscribe. Error 404 Workshop, baby! Thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. I just noticed Skull Candy's got 27 months of subbing. That is outrageously good. What a hero. Over 2 years. Back when I used to be a World of Warcraft streamer. AJ, Error 404 Workshop is me. Yeah, it does that sometimes. Sometimes it does a different name in the notification than it does on the screen. I don't know why, but I appreciate the sub, my friend. Thank you. Are we allowed to mention 3D printing? Yeah, whatever, man. I mean, look in the Discord. If it's a channel in the Discord, you can talk about it here. And there is a whole 3D printing section in the Discord. I can't wait till I get a food 3D printer. As soon as we can start 3D printing food, I'm never leaving the house. I'm going to set my bunker up and prepare for the inevitable annihilation. You don't have a Mars Red. Let me look for another similar colour. No, I think Mars Red's probably the best example that I have. Maybe even an Abomination Gore could work if you've got one of those. If you've got a dark red as your base, then a Abomination Gore could work. That's a little bit of a lighter red. Or even just mix some red and orange together and see what ends up happening. Could be good. Ah, you like the Vallejo Model Air because it's pre-thin for an airbrush, so it's good with 2 thin coats. Nice. How hard is it to learn how to airbrush, and what do you need?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Psycho! Psycho with the gifted member. Psycho! Psycho, do you know who that is you've just given a member to?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The mother of baby Olmaph. My partner Catherine has now got a gifted membership. Thanks to Psycho.
Thank you,
thank you for the gifted member, baby. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
What are the chances? Awesome work. Nice one, Psycho. Thank you. Appreciate that. I love stealing intellectual property from my neighbour James. How hard is it to learn to airbrush? To learn to airbrush, you know, if you get one and give it a go. The first thing I had to learn was the technique of the valve. So you have to push it down, bring it back, push it forward, lift it up. Otherwise, it ends up clogging. For ventilation, I've got a little thing behind me. You might be able to see here. And it has a tube coming out the back and it sucks it out the window, so that's quite good. You get one of those on Amazon for like 30 quid, something like that. Seem to remember. Beakies were really cool. Ask because of a third of my World Eaters is 3D printed. Okay. But they broke the 3D printer. Printers for the printer god. For the print throne. Beakies were really cool. Small now compared to current scale of minis. Yes, we need more beakies, please. Need to order some more paints. Yeah, Mars Red's a good one. Or any equivalent. There are a variety of like colour charts that will show you appropriate colours and their different brand names. Someone's probably chucked it in the Discord at some point. I think Lucky Knife's a good person for those kind of charts. Is Otto here as well? Otto's in the other room. Occasionally you might be able to hear him. Especially if he's getting his diaper changed. He makes a nice big racket when that happens. Takes time to get used to the trigger action, but becomes second nature. Yes, so ventilation's up to you. I use a spray booth, but some use nothing. A good thing to get is also a mask. Let me show you the sort of mask. You can call it overkill, but it's better than you getting killed. One of these bad boys. So that you can look like Mortarion himself. A Mortarion cosplay and lung protection all in one. That's pretty good. Comes back with Slipknot mask. I have got a Bray Wyatt mask. I've got a Mankind mask as well for wrestling fans out there. Airbrush is not as scary as they look, but a pain to maintain. Yeah, definitely. The maintenance is way more of an issue than anything else. You have to thoroughly clean it, otherwise cloggage will happen. Haha, Otto's volume knob has 2 settings, loud and can you hear me in the next house? Yeah, at least he's got some good lungs, right? Box fan with a furnace filter. Pulling air and a mask. AJ's got a 1980s compressor. Nice. I like that. Yeah, I had a guy in the stream send me my compressor and my airbrush using the Amazon wishlist, which was very nice of him indeed. If anyone ever gets bored and wants to buy something on Amazon, send it to my house. You're more than welcome. Looks more like Ulysses from New Vegas. Good shout, Average Dude. Did you just call it a diaper and not a nappy? Yes, because I was replying to somebody who refers to it as a diaper. I'm trying to be bilingual over here, Major Habit. My issue is being in a small condo. Yeah, you should have a window though, right? Oh, this is like, you just need a pipe like this and a fan to blow it through that pipe. Or you can get air purifiers. Then you don't need a window. Well, I mean, it's not ideal. Having a window is always useful. Lucky Knife, huffing the paint thinner. Don't try this at home, kids. Let's tidy up some of these red bits. Oops. Although those bits are might make black, so it doesn't really matter if they get red on them. I think a red and black spine would look pretty cool. Yeah, so for anyone that's new to the stream today, a couple of bits. Firstly, thank you for being here. Thank you for getting involved. For those that have, for those that haven't, type some words, press the enter button. We are here every Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, 6 till 9 UK time. All music that is heard on the stream is entirely made by me. And if you want to join our Discord, that's a very fun place to be. Where I live in the UK, I know 5 different languages. All of them are English. In Grimsby, have you seen the Grimsby film, AJ? Mondays and Wednesdays, but it's Tuesdays. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And we also do every other Thursdays if you are a member to the channel. Cheeky, right? Cheeky. And on a Thursday, anything goes. So when we do our members only streams, we play computer games and record songs and jingles and do little room tours and all sorts of stuff. So a nice little bonus stream for those that support the stream in a monetary fashion. Ah, there we go. There's a top tip from Major Havoc. Barbatus Rex. Tested and shown loads of different ventilation options. Nice. Yeah, you can vent into like a bucket, right? If you need to. Went to remove my sword bro from the painting handle and ripped him off his base. See, this is why you got to use the super glue, right? Olmaph was right all along. Who knew? Weird hearing towns in England since Canada named a bunch of towns after them. Yeah, you can find similar towns all over the planet, right? That's because the English wandered around naming everywhere for a while. I kind of want to do these lids red. Alright, maybe not today. We'll figure that out at some point. Got a good bit of paint on here today though, which is nice. The more you look, the more bits you find that you missed. This is the way. Oh, there's a huge bit of miss there. Bloomin' Nora. My swords live on a 3-foot board above my bed. Swords above the bed. That sounds like a Final Destination scene waiting to happen. What swords do you have, AJ? Super glue for models to base, but plastic cement for model building. Exactly right, Winter. I am in the same camp as you, my friend. Don't let Lucky Knife hear you. Wandering around naming everywhere, also known as your shiz is now my shiz. Life must have been simpler when everywhere was effectively pirates. Yeah, basically. A lot less CCTV back then. Just ask Elgin and his collection of marbles. Sharply uniformed pirates with great hats and red coats. Haha, Lucky Knife. Enjoying the super glue to base chat. See some more grey there. Some more grey. Let's get that red. So I think that must be the vast majority of stuff that should be red is red. Although that bit there should be red and isn't. Let's get in there, in that little nook and cranny. I remember seeing a bit earlier that wasn't red that should have been, but where was it? The ultimate question. That's a bit of trim. It should be quite a bit of trim I missed when I was going around with the bronze. Should we get some of this under the arm red, seeing as we're here and we've got some paint in the pot, and we've got what, half an hour of stream left. Requiem, plastic glues to bases. Requiem and Lucky Knife, plastic glue into bases. That tells you everything you need to know, right? Toby's off to go play some Black Flag. Enjoy that, my friend. Methylene chloride. Smells nice but kills brain cells. That's all we need, right? My two brain cells are constantly fighting each other, so let's bring in the Tamiya to the battle and see what happens. Nice bit of underarm. Oh no! Wipe that off my finger. It's so big you can just wipe bits off with your whole finger. Red man looking good. Con artist in the chat. How you doing, con artist? Not seen you for a while. Good to have you here, buddy. What have you been getting up to? Don't worry, I still have a few million brain cells to lose before my IQ matches local IQs. That's it. A potent IQ supported by only 2 brain cells. That's what I'm living with. Look at how much trim I've missed and red I've missed. I could get way more red on here than I currently have. It's just, well, when you start a model this size, it's kind of hard to see the picture from the start. So you have to just throw paint on and see where you end up. That's the way I seem to do it anyway. But I've done that underarm, so let's do this underarm. Seeing as we're here.
Oh, it feels good to get a load of paint on here. A nice big chunky bit of red. Slopping it on, lovely jubbly. Oh. Very good. I've been locking in on the Noble 16. Did you post them recently? I'm sure you did. I'm sure I saw them in the last couple of days. Let me scroll up. Let me scroll and scroll. So much goes on in the Discord nowadays. Ah, yes. Yesterday at 12:50 PM. Yeah, looking really good, dude. Very nice. Anyone play Gaslands? No, never heard of it, my friend. I love building the cars. Can you chuck some in the Discord? Can we have a little look? See what you're referring to? Ding, 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 ding. Everybody stretch and take a water break. Good shout, Patrick. Good shout. Oh, my back all cracked. Yeah, I was in prime prawn position, curled up around the model today. Oh. Today we have summer berries flavour. Yum, yum, yumma, yumma. Bum, bum, bum. I don't know which bits I want to paint next. What do I want to do? That is the question. Pretty happy with where this is right now. Can't see any bits that I want to obviously do red, so... yeah, maybe we hold off for next time on this guy. What have we got left? 25 minutes? Right, I'm going to nip for a wee. And then we'll see if there's anything that we can have a little go at for the last 25 minutes of the stream. Be back in a minute, guys. Dum 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 dum. Winter I've been wanting to play. I'm going to convince some of my Warhammer buddies. Okay, deviating from the James Workshop franchise. Have we posted some? Let me have a little look. Ah, nice little cards, dude. Nice, I like that. What have you used for like the dirt and the rust and stuff? Have you got some Vallejo effects going on there? As a mechanic, I'd love to get into Gaslands. Okay, looks like there's some Gasland support going around. Heatwave put the project on hold for a while. Yeah, it has been pretty warm the last couple of months. Bouncing with a cup of 50 Shades of Earl Grey. Nice work. Yumma yumma. It's like Death Race but a game. Okay. Effects and Dirty Brown. Nice. Patrick, boiling the jug. I like it. For a nice cup of grey. Top banana. Right. I'm not going to paint any more of this guy today. I'm happy with where I've got to and I don't have enough time to do anything more. So, back to the corn shelf for him. What do we do now? Let's cut. I'm just going to chuck a bit of paint on this terrain whilst we're here. Why not? I don't really have anything that can reasonably be achieved in 20 minutes, so I'm just going to dry brush a bit of this terrain and see what it looks like. How's everybody else's hobbying been going today? Tomorrow we're going to start building the big Chaos Knight. And next week, in our 1 year since first Warhammer stream, we shall paint the Chaos Knight, and you guys will choose the colours. So we'll probably end up with quite a patchwork creation, and then everybody that gets involved in that will be included in the giveaway for a box of Warhammer. So that should be pretty fun. Nice little way to celebrate a year. But I'm just going to whack some grey on this, just for something to do. This foldable terrain, by the way, is really good. Like, folds flat like that. Opens out. You can get your marines up here. You get your plunging fire. Dun, 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 dun. But let's find a chunky brush and a pot of grey. Let's see how we get on, shall we? Some grey down here somewhere. Put it in the paint shaker. Here we are. I'd love foldable terrain. What brand? I printed it in this house. So it's just a 3D print. I've got quite a few of these. I mean, they look pretty decent. They print in place as well, so there's no assembly. Well, other than putting these shelves on. Really good. Patrick's been a little bit unfocused, bouncing around between Terminators and Nurglings. Yeah, it's good to have a little bit of bouncy every now and again. Basting and bits and bobs everywhere. Nice. Is it printed or bought? Frankie, I printed this. It's about a 10-hour print, I think. It's quite a long print. Definitely worth it. Definitely useful. Psycow looking for some foldable Tyranid terrain. Oh, nice. Con artists on some Halo Elites. That terrain looks so good. Thank you, sir. Printed terrain stealing from James. Well, terrain is the whole reason I bought my 3D printer in the first place, because I'm not spending silly money on terrain when I can have this delightful thing for free. I don't mind paying for the minis, but the terrain, I'll have my own terrain, thank you. With blackjack and hookers. I just need some tissue for the dry brushing. RIP potential GW sponsorship. I don't think Games Workshop sponsor anyone, do they? Not in any, like they do with the game, the mobile game. But that's about it, right? Nobody has like a Citadel Paint sponsorship that I'm aware of. Remember when you used to get terrain in your box sets as an almost freebie? Yeah, I remember getting the little plastic trees. Next one you print should have chaos symbols on it. I can look for some chaos flavoured terrain. Alright. There we go, it's not all black anymore, so that's good. Dry brush from top to down only. Well, that's not a good idea on a 3D print, Lucky, and I'll tell you for why, because then you go against the grain of the layer lines. However, if you guys want to do it in whatever way you want to do, it's completely up to you. Actually, that is not related to Games Workshop. Independently designed and released. There we go. They do sponsor YouTubers. They get free boxes. Yeah, kind of different to a sponsorship, right? Getting a free box, because a sponsorship is where you put, like, you advertise the product. You put the logo on the screen and put sponsored by. What would you call that, where you get free stuff? Don't know, it feels like they're two slightly different things. I mean, I'll take the free models. If they tell me, oh, put this 3D printed terrain in the bin and we'll send you £1,000 worth of free models, then yeah, maybe that'll happen. Marketing, that's it, yeah. Partnership, marketing, yeah, that kind of stuff. More so than a sponsorship. But I'll take either. I would never take a gambling promotion. Don't really agree with that. But like paints and painting related stuff, I'd definitely be up for even just doing an honest review of it as part of the advertisement. If it was rubbish, I'd tell you. I certainly wouldn't be hawking something that was terrible and saying, yeah, spend your hard-earned dollaroonies on this. Not my style. We're quite straightforward around here, I guess. Switching to the phone so I can paint. Nice. Don't go heavy-handed with it. Have you not seen me on that channel, Lucky? How many times have you seen me snap stuff by dry brushing? I only know heavy-handed. NDA you out of the ass, though. Yeah, I've signed enough NDAs in my lifetime. I don't need James Workshop giving me them as well. What do you get when you get free stuff for doing things? I think it's called being a sugar baby. Sign me up, baby! Why do you think his models break? Exactly. I'm a chunky boy with a heavy hand. Dun, dun, dun. Chunky boy with a heavy hand, doing things without a plan. Can he paint perfectly? No, he can't. He's a pig. Look out, Olmaph pig. Yeah, I quite like it, the effects that it gives, you know, it was black and now it's not. It's good enough for me. Should we do a little bit of the inside now? Why not? Try not to break it. Bouncing I am, and that's why I'm so popular. Oh, I snapped it. I snapped it. Who possibly saw that coming? Yeah, this bit snapped clean off. Oh well, not the end of the world. Right, that'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. So it was black, now it's not. Ready for the tabletop. Was black, but now it's not. Ready for the tabletop. Right. And now I've got another 5 of those to do at some point. Should be fun. Should be fun. Concrete ruins, easy peasy. He's only gone and done a bloody Olmaph. Yeah, yes. Right, let's see if we can stick it back on. Gorilla Glue to the rescue. Battle damage. Will I ever have a mini that isn't battle damaged? Who knows? Good as new. Look what it did to a penny. It was black and now it's snapped, so that's it. Just finished a Bloodraven Marine. Nice one, average dude. Get it in the Discord and let's have a little look. As we start to wrap up for the day. Yeah, I used to overrun quite a lot, so I would have started something now and carried on for an hour, but I've got to go and look after a little boy, a little mini Olmaph, so it's a 9 o'clock hard finish nowadays. But as he gets a little bit older and a little bit more reliable, we'll start doing some longer streams again. But for now, you get 10 hours of fun a week, give or take. You get a bonus Thursday, all the stuff in the Discord, it's not too bad, right? It's not too bad. The little noisy thing, that's it. So I'm going to leave this, because if I move it, I'll snap that a bit again. And we don't want a double snapper on our hands, do we? I've got a fingertip full of super glue now. And a Bloodraven. Nice work, average dude. Did you do that during the stream? I like it. Thanks for the stream, dude. Good one. Thank you all. Appreciate you all being it. As I always say, thank you very much. Whether you've got involved in the chat or just sat back and watched, working on your minis. Great to have you around. We're here every Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, 6 till 9 UK time. And when we're not here, we're in the Discord. There's always a great bunch of people in there. So as always, thank you. Have a great rest of your day. A great rest of your week. Look after yourselves and each other. And I'll hopefully see you all again soon.